Have you ever looked into the mirror and thought to yourself, damn, I look huge as fuck, and then that same day you go onto the internet and you see this? Pretty humbling, am I right? But it's okay because I'll be showing you how I was able to transform my body from this to this in only 10 months. First off is to prioritize your shoulder and back training. As many of you guys know, the ultimate way to look aesthetic is to have a thin waist with a Dorito back paired with some bolder shoulders. Having these things will create an illusion that your waist is even smaller than it actually is. In your training, you need to be able to build your shoulders by prioritizing your side delts. Now obviously, if you want to have big shoulders overall, you're going to need to develop all three heads of the shoulder. But assuming they are working out correctly, your front and rear delts will be able to get enough stimulus from any overhead pressing and rowing movements. So to train your side delts, you need to be doing any side raising variations, whether you're doing lateral raises, Y raises, with dumbbells, cables, or even machines. And the best part is the side delts actually recover pretty quickly, so you can get away with overloading with more volume. I personally train my side delts 3 to 4 times a week with only 2 sets of side raises per session. Now if you want to form a Dorito back, you have to be picking the right lat exercises to maximize your back gains. I personally do 1 vertical pull, 1 neutral grip row, and I'll occasionally throw in a pullover. I train my back twice a week and I usually do 10 total sets of lat bias training in 1 week. My personal favorite movements are the single arm lat pull down, weighted pull-ups, and the machine lat row. Now, a very important thing to keep in mind is that all of these fitness influencers aren't only huge, but they're also pretty lean. Everyone knows that in order to get big, you need to bulk, and in order to look lean, you need to cut. So this comes down to making sacrifices. You have to be willing to bulk up and gain some fat to gain size. And yes, this will result in some pretty annoying face fat and less muscle definition, but trust me, this is way better than staying small. Now obviously, this process takes loads of patience and time, but once you finally gain the amount of size you want, you can start your cut and reveal all the muscle you've built. And after some time and patience, this will eventually all pay off and you will look wider, as well as being able to fill out your frame. However, the way you look on camera and in mirrors all comes down to one final thing: posing and lighting. If you scroll through Instagram, you'll be seeing people flexing with great lighting, pumps, and veins poking through their skin. So in order for you to look like them, you need to find a source of lighting, whether it's down lighting or side lighting. It can be from a window or even just your own light. With the right lighting, this will cast enough shadows on your body to create definition. You can also modify your poses to make your waist even slimmer. Now all the stuff that I listed in this video is pretty general and most people should already know this by now, and even if they do know all of this stuff and they don't look like this, there's a few mistakes that they might be doing. They might not be dialing in all their workouts, which means they're not training till failure, they're not eating the right food, they're not bulking correctly, they're not being patient enough, or most importantly, they're probably not accepting the fact that they don't have the best genetics. Because if you look at all these guys on Instagram, these guys are the top 0.0001% of the population. There's a reason why these guys are popular for a reason. It's because these guys have elite level genetics. So even if you are doing all these things correctly, don't beat yourself up because you don't look like them. Because at the end of the day, you can't look like someone else anyway. And now that you've learned all this stuff, you can finally take the perfect Instagram photo and finally be proud of your hard work. And in case this video wasn't helpful to you at all, there's always steroids.